Okay, good evening to all of you, and welcome to today's workshop, a discussion on the preparation of UPSC. Mind you, that it's a closed group and not a public forum for discussion. We are here for to invite this Prajakta Thakur, who is the Indian Revenue Service officer and working as the Deputy Commissioner of Income Tax in the Kolhapur region. And then he is in good hand over the preparation strategy of how this UPSC goes from the horse mouth. ये कोई ऑफिसर से सुनते हैं ऑब्वियसली अलग इफेक्ट होता है बिकॉज दे गॉन थ्रू द होल प्रोसेस और उनका जो एक्सपीरियंस है दैट मैटर्स अ लॉट इट्स वेरी वैल्यूएबल एंड इट गिव्स अ गुड आइडिया कि हाउ द प्रिपरेशन goes ahead like that. And then she has got the 129 rank all over India, one of the best rank she has secured through her rigorous studies, enthusiasm, and ड्रीमिंग कैपेसिटी है तो उनसे सुनना एक अच्छा अनुभव हो सकता है और हम आपके सबके तरफ से उनको वेलकम करते हैं वेलकम
थैंक यू सर थैंक यू सो मच
तो अभी हम क्या करेंगे कि आई विल गिव द थिंग्स इन हर हैंड and I expect her to like speak from her spontaneous ideas what how she has faced this how she dreamed and how she gone ahead in this journey. And ultimately, then later we'll have some question answer discussion. I'll ask some questions. In that way, we can have some better discussion with the madam.
Thank you, sir.
This is the camera.
Hello.
You can speak.
Yeah, am I audible, sir?
It's slightly more audible.
Hello.
Now audible.
Hello. Thank you, sir, for this opportunity to speak with students. Hello.
Audible.
Yeah. First of all, hello.
Yeah, ma'am, you are audible. You can go ahead.
Yeah. Yes. First of all, I would like to talk directly about the points like what is UPSC and why UPSC. So while doing UPSC, what I've thought the most important part of my journey was that you have to be very, very consistent and patient in this whole journey. For example, many of you must be preparing now for UPSC, and I would like to quote a famous philosopher here. The one person who knows why can bear almost anyhow. This is what I think the UPSC journey is all about. First of all, you should be very, very clear about why you really want to give this exam. Because this can take a very important part of your young life, which is very precious, and this can go up to some years of your life. So first of all, you have to be very, very clear about why you really want to pursue this career, and what is the ultimate satisfying factor for you in this career. Because as far as money factor is concerned, I am an engineer, so my engineering batchmates are earning definitely higher than the government salary. So I want to particularly strike out a factor that first of all, UPSC, जो भी लोग UPSC करने के लिए आते हैं, suppose 8 to 10 lakh people appear, actually sit for the prelims are 6-7 lakhs. Then again you go for mains, 1,000 odd people. Again 2,000 odd people. Again for interview 1,000 odd people, and then finally 700-800 people get selected. So the success rate is very, very low. And on top of it, most of us give the exam for getting into IAS or IPS or IFS. There are very particular goals which are set by us. But again, most of the people don't get IAS or IPS or IIP. So they settle down to some other service if we again calculate the success rate. So first of all, what I will suggest is, before even starting the preparation, or in the initial phases of your preparation, you should be thoroughly knowing about all the services which are there in the exam. I mean, which are there in the getting filled by UPSC examination. Like there are 25 odd services, including IAAS, IPS, IRS, then Indian Trade Service is there. There are so many other services which we generally don't know about, which I think is a very important factor to know. And along with the same, you should also know about the job profile, like what are the uh, basic job description or job duties which have to be done. Please look at this examination from examination point of view. जनरली क्या होता है कि हम उसको बहुत सारा इमोशन सेंटिमेंट ये सब चीजें अटैच कर देते हैं, एंड देन इट गेट्स डिफिकल्ट फॉर यू टू इवन लुक एट इट फ्रॉम द exam point of view. So you have to be first, when you will start the preparation, I'll just talk in a free flow, sir, because I won't talk point wise. I'll just go through. I have jotted down some points, and I'll just touch all the areas which I feel are important while being in this journey. So again, when you start the preparation, there is no particular age to start the preparation, because interview ka preparation ke time it is being said that you start your interview preparation from your childhood only, like school days only. So when you are preparing, it takes general. I am a Maharashtra board SSC and HSC student, so I did not go for CBSE board. So while preparing, we always have our own shortcomings of the state boards. So it takes a considerable period of time to read NCRTs or to found the foundation actually of giving this exam. So what I will suggest, if you are in a graduation phase, or if you are in a later phase of your graduation, you should start reading the NCRTs, or at least you should start reading the newspapers, which forms a very important part of this particular journey. So reading the newspapers can be a bit difficult at first place, but once you start reading it, it takes 2 to 3 months to get down to the basic idea of what is happening around, and you should be able to inculcate interdisciplinary approach while reading newspapers. The most important part of reading newspaper, or reason for reading newspapers, is not just about the current events, because generally what happened currently, I hear that many people just read the current events part. So or many people just read the ready-made notes of current events. No, I will strongly advise you people to please go through the newspapers themselves. Why? Because it makes you think in English. You know, while giving UPSC, the most important part in your writing skill is the ability of drafting. Because once you come in the government service, you are supposed to write so many directives or so many policy decisions, or you have to communicate in a proper state languages. So for that, you need to have the drafting capacity or drafting ability, because thinking in a very precise and concise manner and put it succinctly is a very important part of your writing skills. So what I will suggest you is to please read the newspapers from that angle as well, not only from the angle of current events, or not only from the angle of your study subject matter, but please read the language of the newspapers. Please read how the journalists put their thoughts, or which are the important words, or for example, if you are writing about international relations, there are particular word sets which are to be used while writing particularly about international relation, or economics, or history, or geography. There is a particular word set for each subject matter. So I will suggest, while reading the newspapers, please keep this angle in your mind as well. Next part which I will like to talk about is, before your preparation, first read the notification of UPSC rather than reading any ready-made syllabus or a ready-made notes about the syllabus. You please first read the notification of the government itself. You will start learning from that phase only, about the language, about the content, about the exact words. Please mind the exact words which are used in notification, and you have to literally by heart the syllabus uh, of your GS as well as optional subject, because every question of UPSC, uh, I have gone through the recent question papers as well. Every paper of UPSC is bound by the syllabus only. That the syllabus itself is so vast, but you have to be very thorough of the document of the UPSC syllabus, because while reading, again, when you are reading NCRTs, when you are reading newspapers, when you are reading your subject matter like optionals, you should always be connecting that point with your syllabus point, so that you will automatically develop the technique of thinking in the manner, any question if they ask you 2 marker, 3 marker, 5 marker, 10 marker, you should be able to put the exact important words rather than writing about all the unimportant stuff. So which I think forms a very important part about your writing ability. And more importantly, writing ke pehle hota hai thinking. Your thinking should be very precise and concise. So you have to be literally by hearting, you have to literally by heart the syllabus of UPSC, and you have to be very thoroughly reading the question papers very repetitively, last year's or previous year's question papers. That also changes your perspective about looking at the literature which you are reading. So that is again a important point I wanted to talk about. Next important part I want to talk about is information overload, which aspirants are currently facing, because internet ke wajah se, or currently there is a whole lot of information which is pondering, really pouring upon the students. And so I think again, syllabus provides the key for it. So UPSC, while doing the UPSC, the most important part is what not to read rather than what to read. So you should be knowing what not to read. Like, for example, news channels ke jo debates hote hain, ya which is really not important mostly. The important TV channels can be Lok Sabha TV, Rajya Sabha TV, which are actually again the government channels. Again, the language is important. Again, the subject matter of the government, like horse's mouth, is again important. So, what I will suggest you, ki you jot down which are the important resources which you will stick to, rather than getting all over the unimportant things. Just make sure that you stick to only important resources and go ahead with them. So this one thing I wanted to particularly mention about. Then I will talk about optional subjects. Optional subjects are rather, it's the most important thing while you are preparing. So you choose your optional subject very wisely. For example, I had engineering as my graduation subject, but I chose history as my optional because I had natural inclination as well as I had interest in history. So while choosing the optional topic, many people, what they do, they think about scoring subject hai ki nahi, so then only I'll be taking. You first think about interest in the subject, because mind you, you have to deal with the subject, or you have to be in the subject for at least 1 year. At least I'm saying, it can go to 1 to 2 years. So for that reason, you have to be very you have to take much interest in the subject. At the same time, you should be having natural inclination towards that subject, so that while you read anything, it should not be boring as such. So while choosing the optional subject, think about it. At the same time, which when I was in the academy, I had my foundation course in Mussoorie. I also found someone's mic is on. Hello,
ma'am. Ma'am,
Yes.
why most of the
Hello.
I guess, ma'am, we'll take the questions in the end. You can go ahead now.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
So when I was in the academy, I talked to many people, many candidates who cleared UPSC. So what I found is the top rankers, like in top 10 or top 15 or top 20, they chose, I mean, incidentally, the optional subjects were very uncommon. So it was easier for them to score. Basically, उसमें क्या हो जाता है? There is not much competition. For example, I was having history, so the competition itself was very big. When you talk about mathematics, the competition level itself is very low. So that also plays a very important part in your success rate, and especially your high ranking. So I wanted to strike upon this subject as well. So choose your optional very, very wisely, so that it will be easier for your next journey. Uh, Again, I will like to strike upon a particular point, that uh, please look at this whole journey or whole your career from a very, very practical and logical point of view. Don't include your sentiments in this, because again, this is an exam and it should be cleared just as an exam. Even if you want to do something good, big, it's good that you want to do work for a social cause or whatever, but you have to look at this particular thing as an exam. So uh, rather than getting into unimportant stuff, like forming your opinions without much knowledge, or uh, most of the times what used to happen कि टीवी पे जो हम debates देखते हैं, या उसके वजह से we start forming our opinion. Don't do that. First start, for example, if you give 10th exam, there are subjects, there is a proper syllabus, there is a proper question paper set which you prepare for. Just do about UPSC like that. At the same time, you must have plan B again, because when I was preparing, I could see that there are many brighter students, but who couldn't clear the exam, unfortunately. So again, luck also plays a very maybe not very important, but plays some part in this whole system. So what I will suggest, please go for plan B as well. Don't only rely upon this exam. There are so many exams. For example, there is an exam of IFS as well, for forest service as well. So many people in our batch during the preparation gave IFS. They couldn't clear UPSC, but they could clear forest service. So you should always think, or state service, MPSC is also there. So you should always think about plan B and prepare for that simultaneously as well. Don't just think that I will only give this exam and I'll only go for this. No. Okay, that one thing again I wanted to talk about. Again, ethics. Ethics forms a very important part in this whole syllabus, because it plays an important part in your ranking. Ethics के बारे में, if I wish to talk, ethics was the paper which was just introduced. It was first year of our exam, and the ethics paper was brought in suddenly. So if you look at anything while being in your life, if you're looking at anything, look it from the point of view of a case study, so that it will be easier for you to write answers in ethics, particularly because ethics was literally all over me. I talked to people who actually formed a very they were high level decision makers, and they told me the same, that ethics paper is included just in order to know how you are as a person. So looking at anything, like any for example, I'll just tell you a thing. If you are if you are a government servant, okay, your peon or your contract worker, there are many contract workers in the government. So if your peon or contract worker is not getting a salary on time, so he has not had salary for almost 6 months, and suddenly he requests you, he tell one of the person who comes to us for a work, just ask him to give me some money. Will you do that? this is a real life example, which I think can form a very good case study. So what I'm trying to tell you is, just rather than be very bookish, just use your practical knowledge and start building your mind or brain in that particular fashion. So this was important thing I wanted to talk about ethics. Also, I will like to stress upon the point, you should be reading a lot except GS as well, or your subject matters as well, so that your essay becomes easier. Essay generally what they say, that when you are writing GS or optional, you should be only subject matter oriented, or you should be precise about subject matter. Exactly opposite is the thing about essay. When you are writing essay, you should be leaving your subject matter aside. That is important part. So you should be reading as much as possible which are extracurricular books. So that was that one thing will make you, or pursue your hobbies as far as possible, so that they can also be very useful as far as essay and interview are concerned. So again, I will suggest that please read your extracurricular books as far as possible, bestsellers. At the same time, pursue your hobbies as far as possible, so that it becomes very easy for you to go for essay as well as your interview. So these were the few points I wanted to talk about, and basic reading list and advanced reading list you will obviously get from your classes. So these are the few things I wanted to talk about. And hello, ha sir, hello, hello.
Yeah, ma'am, you're audible. You can go ahead.
Yeah, no, Bhushan sir is there?
Yeah, he's there. Yeah, just a second.
Yes, I'm there.
Yeah. Yes, sir, I just wanted to stress upon these particular topics. It will be better
Right.
if we take questions, so that it will be more fruitful.
So, as you have already discussed about the crucial points like making your own notes, reading newspaper, as like
Yes.
curious things, which the whole process. Have you like a thought of like a particular following somebody, or you made your own strategy of like studies?
No, I could not follow anybody because that was the first year of the exam. So everything
Okay.
was new. Many people also told me that you can just think of skipping this attempt, so that we can form a strategy later after looking at the question papers. But what I think is, in whole this process, everyone should be having their own person specific strategies, because positive points and negative points of every person will be different. For example, one of my friends was very good in economics. One of my friends was very good in writing ability. So it depends totally on who has or some have a very nice good memory, so that they don't need to revise again and again and again. People like me need to revise. So everyone, and revision forms a very crucial part of your
Right.
preparation, because more you revise, more your answers will be good. Because the person who has a very good notes, very nice subject matter, very nice writing skills, but if you don't revise on time, it will all be lost while writing the exam. So revision again should form a very important part of your strategy, and it should be again person specific.
Okay. Have you always thought of giving attempt after the preparation is ready, or you thought that देखे देखते हैं, like at least we should try?
No, this what happened, I gave engineering exam and then I immediately appeared. I
Okay.
had literally 1% preparation and I just appeared, and that attempt I could not even clear the prelims. But again, giving that attempt was important, because I gave 3 attempts, including that one attempt. Giving that attempt was crucial, because I could at least know what exactly UPSC is all about. That the thing will never happen that your all preparation will be ready and then only you will win. Don't do that
Right.
at all, because anyhow you 6 attempts to hai hi, I think so. Minimum 6 attempts तो थे ही हमारे पास, तो उस हिसाब से it was मतलब the journey should start with a step sometime. So it will
Right.
not happen कि मैं सब करके बाद में ही मैं एकदम दौड़ना शुरू कर दूंगा and then only I'll start the running the race. No, you should start with a step. And for that, definitely you should study a lot. But ऐसा नहीं होता कभी कि मेरा preparation complete हो जाने के बाद ही I will.
Right.
Sufficient preparation से you should give your attempt as early as possible, because again, getting into the service at right age also is very important as far as your further career path is concerned.
Right.
So start as soon as possible again.
So आपने कुछ somebody done a post graduation, somebody
हाँ.
done a job. Does that make an impact on the success ratio, or does UPSC consider separately?
I think I am not sure, but what I could see the cleared candidates that definitely uh, depends upon how you use your experience. For example, important part of UPSC's policy is that catch them young, so that they can be molded. That is a very famous ये कि जितना यंग बंदा होगा उसको उतना easily we can mold and make him a proper bureaucrat. So young people always have advantage, no doubt, but there are few people who have literally left their very coveted jobs and then they came here. So I knew some Ira Singhal was there. Ira Singhal was first ranker.
Right.
So few years ago, she left her job in a very famous multinational company. She was
Right.
having a package in lakhs, and then she left and then she come. I think it is also a positive point sometimes, because it shows that money is not very important for you.
Right.
You look for some other thing like job satisfaction. So that depends ki how you take it. At the same time, it shows your multitasking ability as well. Some people,
Right.
while doing jobs, they give UPSC and they clear it. So it all depends upon how you project yourself in the interview. What
Right.
happens when we are young, we are very like clear slate hota hai. The more and more you become old, the more and more stubborn your mindset becomes. That is a psychology behind it.
Right.
So young लोगों को there is definitely advantage, but it is not that job वाले लोग भी अपने experience को कैसे interview में project करते हैं and how they show their liking towards particular job description of this
Right.
exam. So that is also important.
And does post graduation marks or post graduation does any impact on the UPSC, or that's like as an added advantage?
And that depends on which optional you choose. Like
Okay.
if you have optional of your post graduation, that will obviously be a very positive point in your
Right.
whole journey.
So, do you recommend that candidates should go for the IGNOU post graduation in the optional subject they're doing, or some open university co-op? Does is required to do such MA etc. in the optional to fortify the subject?
You can give it definitely. That will enrich your portfolio. I mean, that will enrich your overall ability to understand the subject as well as your resume. But what I will suggest, that should not make or affect your preparation as such of the optional subject, because क्या होता है generally, for example, if I take history, so history का syllabus of the particular graduation post graduation level, and then when I compared it with my UPSC syllabus, that was a bit different. It was not very identical, and exam के time में वो study करना या ये study करना, it always used to make confusion. So I did not do that, but that totally depends upon which university you are following, or which subjects you are following, or if you are very good in the subjects, that will definitely add advantage to it.
Okay, very good, very good. Because what happened that so much queries have been there, everybody has in the mind. So I hope like your experience ideas are making it clear how this will be tackled as an issue like that. Have you done anything specifically for writing practice?
Yes. What happened when I gave my second attempt? I gave 3 attempts.
Right.
First attempt, as I said, I could not clear the prelims itself because I was totally underprepared. Then
Right.
I gave second attempt in which I gave main. Unfortunately, I could not crack it because I had public administration as my second option, and I could not secure enough marks to get through mains and
Correct.
give interview. Third attempt, I cleared everything and I got 132 rank. So what I want to tell particularly this about is giving attempts is hello.
Yeah, ma'am. Go ahead. Yeah,
Yeah.
we can hear you.
Yeah. So what I wanted to talk about is just a second. Sir, can I take a call, sir?
Yes, you can. You can.
Yeah.
You
Just
can.
a second.
Yes, you can. You can. पिंग मला कर. हो. बरोबर. ठीक आहे.
Hello. Hi, sir.
You can start.
Sir, sorry,
You're
what
audible.
was the question? What we were
Question
talking
is that I have done a special writing practice for the
yes.
preparation.
Yes. So I was talking about second mains which I gave. So
Right.
after I gave my mains, so
Right.
after I came back, I knew that I'm not clearing this exam because while writing, I fumbled so much because I did not have a clear thought process. I stressed so much upon reading, but I did not think about how you should go about writing. What I thought, I'll write because I know enough. But when the specific questions were asked, like 5 markers, 10 markers, 25 markers, it was really difficult for me to go in exact subject matters, take out that information from my brain, write it very precisely. So it was difficult. So that day only I decided that I will change this and I will literally condition my mind to think in a precise manner so that it will come out in a precise manner. So what I will suggest is mind mapping. At the same time, you think structurally. Structural thinking is very important. Even if you read a paragraph, you should just close, once you stop reading it, just close your eyes and think in 2 sentences ki isme kya tha, exact what is the important gist of this, so that your mind will be automatically conditioned to think in the particular way, so that you will write in the particular way. At the same time, my writing speed was very good, so I did not particularly practice about writing. But if someone's writing speed is not that good, they will have to go after actually writing the things. That is also very important.
Okay. Yes. So very good answer. It was like good understanding about how you gone about. I thought you had an incremental approach, like you keep like learning, understanding, and keep improving every time from
Yes.
what lessons you have gone through. So very good indeed, because that happened that most of the students are like this only. They go through the experience and then, but then I hope your discussion will help them. Have you done any extra reading? Do you think extra reading is a part of preparation apart from
Yes.
the textbooks?
Yes, extra reading can be a part of it. It should form part of your preparation, extra reading, because as I said, it's very instrumental in essay as well as interview. I particularly did not go after any thing. I had interest in music, or I had extracurricular interest, so I read those books. But it totally depends on what are your interests, and if at all you are thinking about giving that hobby in your interview resume or biodata, at that time you will be needed to read those books, and those will not be time which we will have for reading the books. So start building your own reading list now and start working upon it from the angle of your resume while giving it for the interview. So start building your reading list accordingly, I will suggest.
Okay, so that's a good indeed. Then have you like done something separately to keep a fitness, to increase the concentration, or like is it something like idea is there with study techniques like?
I will suggest that you pursue your hobbies to keep your mind fit, because physically we'll generally be fit, but keep mind fitness is entirely different ball game. So in order to keep your mind fit and you know rejuvenate your brain every time, it's the very important part is pursue your hobby. I can say that because I had music as my hobby, so I used to listen a lot during my preparation days as well. I used to listen a lot of classical things. So that changed or that rejuvenated my mind as well as my brain, so that I could read more, I could think differently. So I will suggest uh, you to do it in that way. Pursue your hobbies. Don't just keep on reading and reading and reading. Don't do that.
Yeah, I know you're a very good singer, and people start hearing you reciting. So yes, that's the best thing to do. The idea. So next, I thought that why the this all preparation going on? Is it your own dream or somebody else's dream that you should become officer? Whose dream it was? Like?
It was my father's dream.
Okay.
I prepared for my father's dream, and uh, again important point I want to share with you all is that please think about your own self before you come into this job, because I am not saying that I regret coming into the system or anything of that sort. What I want to tell you is that there are different job profiles which require different skill sets. For example, while filling the form for mains, at that time you had to give the service preferences at that time. So while filling the service preferences, I literally did not think, and I just put in the preferences just like that. I was thinking that IAS obviously is the first. Second, कोई भी दे तो क्या फर्क पड़ेगा? मतलब doesn't matter. So I literally someone said IPS, IAS के बाद IPS आता है. मैंने बोला नहीं यार, IPS नहीं होगा अपने से, जान दो. I don't have the skill set for IPS maybe. So I and IFS के लिए मुझे बाहर नहीं जाना देश के, इसलिए I just put in IRS, and to my मतलब I won't say surprise, but it was the thing that I could get IPS or IFS. So putting second preference is equally important in your life. So don't ignore that. And while giving the exam, you should be very clear, extremely clear कि मुझे करना क्या है. Because next 40 years of your life you will be spending in this career, most importantly. So don't just think that नहीं मैं तो सिर्फ प्रिपरेशन करके मैं IAS ही बनूंगा. ठीक है, बनो, that is also a good thing. But there are many permutation combinations, like your rank, your this thing, your cadre. There are so many things, the vacancies in the UPSC. So there are so many things which are important while deciding. So please know yourself first rather than knowing the exam first. And once you know yourself, you know your skill set. For example, after giving my third attempt, I decided in my second attempt itself that I'm not giving any attempt after my third attempt. So I literally packed up before even results, and I told sir also I'm not giving another attempt, and I was done with UPSC. So and again I did not appear at all. So it depends upon your own mindset and your own personality, which service you will suit in, whose dreams rather than I think, though it was my father's dream, it got converted into my own dream. So that should happen ultimately. You should fall in, I fall in the category, those who loved the journey of UPSC category of people. So literally I loved the journey so much that I could crack the exam. So you should literally fall in love with the subject matters or the journey, coming to study library daily, reading so much, analyzing so much, getting so much value addition in my brain. So I used to love all that. So that's why I could clear. So again, you have to be knowing yourself, then only you should approach the exam. If you really like this, if you really want to pursue this, and if you really like the subject matters, then only pursue this exam, I think.
So that's a very good message that somebody's dream, you have become your own dream, but it's not that. And then you become your own dream, then only you walk and then make it fulfilled. So that's a good indeed. That's so you're even motivated in all the process like that. So has like is it like continuously you're even motivated or there are ups and downs in the process?
No, sir. There were many ups and downs.
Okay.
In fact, test ke baad also, if you don't get good result, sample test, still your mood gets off. So it depends. After the worst part, I think, in this all is once you clear, even if you don't clear interview, you have to start from the prelims. That's the most difficult part of this exam. So what I think is, even if there are many downs or many downfalls here, but if you are very clear कि तुमको ये क्यों करना है, as I said in the first quote itself, the one who knows why can bear anyhow. So it's as simple as that. Once you are clear कि मुझे नहीं मुझे ये करना ही है, यहाँ तक clear करना ही है, ये जाना ही है, then automatically you will fall back on track. For that, one can do yoga or something like that, like pursue, as I said, pursue your hobbies. So you should be once your mind gets rejuvenated, it's easy, it's not that difficult.
Yeah, okay, very good answer. It is like again. So that way keep yourself motivated, and that's like a best journey indeed. It was some other question normal people had, but they're small but curious. How many hours in a day, suppose, ideally, or you studied, or how much you think you should study should be there like that?
I studied for 5 to very hardcore study. I said, I would say 5 to 6 hours a day. After that, you keep on analyzing the things, you keep on writing the things, you keep on
Right.
doing so many things which are consequential to learning. But typical study, I would say that 5 to 6 hours. But while leaving during the UPSC journey, you have to literally leave UPSC. So it cannot be segregated into hours. Whatever I do, my brain is thinking just about the whole process, like subject matter or related things or writing or analyzing. So you have to literally leave UPSC. Then only you will be able to clear it.
That's correct. So until you like complete in the process, and
Yes.
like it cannot be taken like a part-time approach like that. So yes,
No,
that's like
that's different.
correct. So number of hours doesn't matter. Quantity you put and the commitment you
Yes.
had, I think, correct. So how many newspapers you read? 1, 2, 3.
I used to read 2 English and 1 Marathi newspaper.
Okay.
I used to read Hindu, Indian Express, Lok Satta, sometimes Maharashtra Times. But I will recommend one more newspaper related to economy. Either that can be Economic Times or Business Standards or anyone. But I think you should read any newspaper related to economics once in a while as well. That will change the perception while you are writing your answers. And currently in COVID times, economic angle is extremely important. So I would suggest that you please read any one newspaper related to economics directly once in a while.
Okay. How many hours you put in the newspaper? Ideally?
Earlier, the hours were very, I mean, it used to get elongated for 3 hours sometimes. But I cut it down to almost 1.5 hours.
Okay.
Because once you start reading regularly, you will be able to cut down on what is important and what is not important. So I think 1.5 to 2 hours should be the ideal time you should be devoting to the newspaper. At the max 2 hours.
Okay. Have you read the heavy publications of government like a Government of India Yearbook or
Yes.
Economic Survey Volume 1, Volume 2?
Yes.
What do you suggest?
100% you should read India Yearbook and Economic Survey. So there is no option to Economic Survey. You must read. Again, I used to read two economic surveys I read. I used to read directly
Okay.
I never read new notes of the economic surveys. Again, the language part plays a very important role. And as far as possible, you should be reading directly India Yearbook as well, and economic survey as well. Must reads.
Have you made notes out of it? आपने 50 notes बनाए?
Yes. Yes.
So
I
you
used to
underline
prepare
it
my
or you
own
put it on separate paper? What is
No,
the
both I did. Both I did. Yes. I tried to connect it with syllabus as well, so that कौन से syllabus के point के लिए क्या नया आया है. Like
Right.
for example, if there is there are many points related to subjects like internal security or border security related subjects are there in syllabus. So अगर
Correct.
उस पे कोई नया funding आया या नया कोई project government ने बनाया है, तो these things you should be able to quote in your answers कि इस साल के इसमें ये नया आया था, तो internal security might get boosted because of it. Such things you should be able to. These are very person specific answers. बाकी के लोग शायद ये नहीं लिखेंगे, तो it makes your answer again different. So syllabus, linking syllabus with everything you read is very important. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have timetable for revision? जैसे revision के बारे में students को बहुत ये होता है कि daily करूँ, weekly करूँ या 15 दिन में एक बार करूँ, and what type of like revision model, because that becomes very confusing.
I think revision should be periodic. Like daily revision karna becomes a bit difficult because sometimes you don't get enough time. But weekly it is must. Like मेरे हिसाब से तो 2 से 3 दिन में you should revise what you have written or what you have read or what you have analyzed. But
In
weekly
that last
revision.
3 days or overall everything should
नहीं
cover.
नहीं overall no. I'm talking about overall review.
Okay.
Overall,
Okay.
any week you should be. अगर मैंने notes बनाया है, I should read them so many times that I should be able to tell कि कौन से पेज पे क्या है. Then only you will be able to write in the exam.
Correct. Or
Precisely.
revision on these notes, have you usually color pens, etc., or simple pen used for notes, etc.?
Initially I used to do that, but later जैसे time was short, so I did not. But that can be a good practice to use the different colors so that important points can be stressed upon while you are revising.
Okay. तो एक दिन में 2 या 3 सब्जेक्ट करने चाहिए या एक ही सब्जेक्ट one should study like?
No, I would suggest that you go through 2 subjects to make it easy, because studying one subject for very long becomes very boring, and
Right.
it won't add much value. After 2 hours, 3 years, you will get bored. So what I will suggest, and anyhow you have to have interdisciplinary approach in the exam itself. It's better if you study more subjects in a day, so that your brain gets conditioned again to go from one subject to another and form a opinion about different things. So it's all about conditioning your own system. So I would suggest go for multiple subjects in a day.
20%, at least 2 minimum.
Yes.
So have you done a planning of this all study, like how you're going to study in the week, in the month, in the fortnightly, etc.?
I used to plan and then change it every week, because
Okay.
you plan so many times, but not necessarily it will go according to your own plan. But you have to plan so that it becomes easier to streamline your preparation. What's important, which is getting, which are the areas which are not getting perfectly fine, or which are the areas which you are good at. So planning is very important. Roughly month plan should be ready with you while you are preparing. Otherwise, what will happen? Particular area will get left behind. That should not happen. You should be able to cover every area, every subject, every part of the syllabus. So monthly planning according to your syllabus is very important, I think.
Have you done planning for all 7 days or some 6 or 5 days in a week?
I used to do planning for 7 days because I used to study full time. But what I used to do, one day I particularly used to keep for revision.
Right.
Major portion I used to keep for revision, because otherwise you will just keep on reading, but no revision. Then it's not very useful. So a day at least in a week should be kept for particularly revision. So,
And do you have a particular opinion about morning studies, evening studies, night studies? So what is like a best time to study? Somebody may think.
no, sir, that depends upon person. I mean, that varies from person to person. I don't think there is best time as such. For me, it was a normal time. I never studied at night. I never woke up early in the morning. I used to study because this is a very, very long journey. You cannot, 10th and 12th ke liye for 1 month, you can wake up at 4 o'clock. But when you have to study for entire year, you cannot follow that routine. So it depends on what is the most comfortable position. I used to start my study from 8 o'clock in the morning. Depends.
Right. Right. And then full day you have to study.
Yes.
Oh.
Full day I used to study.
Right. So there's so many details. Because I'm asking details because many times students have like curious questions about it all like that. So
Yes.
in the compulsory subjects in the mains, have you studied any things separately for them? Say English and Marathi you have taken.
No, I did not study anything. Like I just studied Marathi Vyakaran, but for studied as in hardly 1 hour I gave because my Marathi was also good. But I never studied for English or Marathi separately.
Okay. And what about CSAT? CSAT you found something has to be done separately?
Yes. First year I flunked in prelims. So prelims ke liye I prepared so well in next year that I was very sure that I'll anyhow get through and started preparing for mains. For CSAT, I did not study very differently because I am an engineer and so I had aptitude ke liye I had prepared anyhow. But I definitely put in more efforts for CSAT because at that time
Right.
CSAT was a scoring subject. Now the pattern is changed. But at that time CSAT ke marks were not qualifying. They were counted. So I studied for CSAT very hard. And especially for mathematical topics because my English comprehension was quite good. But mathematical iske liye I studied quite hard.
So one of the query the students had always is that so many book lists are been there in the market and so many people say that read book, this book, that notes. What will be your suggestion about this all country? Because UPSC do not have official book list per se.
Yes. Stick to what I would suggest is stick to fundamental books. Don't go for ready-made notes as far as possible. Like history के लिए बिपिन चंद्र हुआ या political
So you prefer
लक्ष्मीकांत.
books or notes? Like,
Pardon, sir?
you'll prefer books or notes?
100%. Books over notes. 100%. Definitely, you should go through notes if there is something different, like value addition part. But fundamental books के लिए there are no. मतलब अभी for example, I am a beginner. I get Lakshmikant and I get ready-made notes of polity. I would prefer personally Lakshmikant. So again, it कोई भी चीज सिर्फ नया पता चलना is not important. How that thing is approached is also important, so that your brain will form image of that. So while reading polity, मतलब for example, अचानक से कोई directly पता चलना या उसका background जान के बाद में उस चीज को approach करना, that changes whole lot of thing. How you will write that thing also changes with that. So what I would suggest, people should stick to fundamental books as much as possible, and value addition के लिए you can always go for notes.
Okay. Do you have a separate strategy for pen, which pen you're going to use in mains, etc.?
No, sir. My writing speed was quite good, so I used an
pen. I'm
pen.
talking about a pen. Which pen you're going to use and practicing for weight? I say I have the strategy. Pen.
Yes, that is what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. My writing speed was quite good with any
So you're
pen.
not sort of separate pen as such, like particular.
No, what I did, I used at that time some gel pen I used, and but what I used to do, whichever pen with which I was going to write the exam, I used to use that from 1 year. I mean, last 1 year before giving the mains, I started using that pen only. I did not write with any other pen because that changes. I think that increases your speed of writing.
It's a very interesting discussion it is of. And so small queries may be like half attitude, but then what happens many times small queries only make
Yes,
the
yes, they play a very
mind of the
important.
candidates a lot like that. So
Yes.
have you thought of like taking a center के बारे में Bombay center लेंगे like for means of a prelim Pune only? Have you thought separate
That
anything about
that
normal
is
center?
true.
जो होगा वो
That is no. Center के बारे में सोचना is equally important because what
हाँ
happens that suppose I am studying in Pune, most of the people around me will give, but generally अभी लोग उसके बारे में काफी सोचते हैं. At that time, no one used to think about it. So उसमें क्या होता है कि suppose I am studying in Pune, I'm in a class and studying in Pune, and most of the people will give Bombay as a center. I'm talking
correct
about means, not about prelims. Prelims में कोई matter नहीं करता है because it's a MCQ thing. But mains के लिए what happens that most of the people will write your content because
right
the subject materials which you will used which you will be using will be similar. So that might give the repetitiveness in the answers for the person who is checking the question paper answer papers. So I took Bhopal as my center, which was convenient for me, and I wrote my exam there. There were quite a few students from my class, and that might have also changed something during the checking time. But I thought in this way that it should not be a very common center, and most of the people around you should not go in that center. I thought so.
yeah that's interesting interesting group discussion it is like that. So yes, even so, this will be also thought like the smallest of small thing does matter, and one has to
Yes.
give the thought to at least each of this factor or each of this idea. Apart from studies, of course, studies is crucial. That is a part like so. This, you thought of like a particular time frame for like giving attempts, and after that quitting. So that's very unique indeed. I think like otherwise students do not generally do the such time frame, and then they keep trying for years and years. So indeed, I thought that is it like this decision of quitting made you like more killing instinct, and that made it like a urgency.
Yes, sir, that's also true. That's also true because I had it depends on patience level of every person. And it also depends upon how much efforts you put in. Like in my last attempt, I put in everything. Literally, I did not think about anything else than UPSC. So I knew that that was probably my best attempt, and if at all I would clear in this attempt also. But this might not be true again with all of them because I know the people who have given 4 attempts, then they took break, and they just then they could not get their service, then they took break, and then after 1 year again without preparation they cleared, and they came in top 10. So that depends, that changes from person to person, but I would roughly suggest that without having anything in hands, trying again and again and again without having anything. Like for example, many people give 2 attempt, two is fine, 3 attempt, 4 attempt, 5 attempt without securing any other position. That I won't advise to people because sometimes what people do that I have taken a bank job or I have taken another service or I have taken some other profession and simultaneously I am trying. That is fine. That depends on your patience level and your how much you want to get there. So that depends on the intensity of your thoughts, how much eager you are eager for getting into the service. But taking something at hand and then only trying again, I would advise that after 2 attempts you should not fully just trying and trying and trying. I won't recommend that because that's a trap.
Correct, correct. What about the guidance part? Do you think that guidance is required, or for the self preparation one can like crack the exam? What is your opinion on it?
One should first take guidance and then go for self preparation. I mean, after guidance reduces the time of preparation, which I think is very important. Of course, self preparation is equally important, but before that, if you are new in UPSC, guidance is extremely important because it reduces the time you approach time in approaching the subject matters. For example, book list or any particular subject or any particular concept. Many concepts are there in the economics or history or geography. If you go for classes, they will make the process very easy. And once you take the basic from classes, then your self preparation is very important. It plays an important and crucial role. Again, test series plays a very important role.
Right, right, right. So yes, so correct. So test series, guidance initially, then self-study, and ultimately your own plan and own
Yes.
strategy, as you said. Because everybody has to make their own strategy, and that only gives the success ultimately. So beyond one
Yes.
limit, copying anybody ready-made may not like a uh, workout. Like, so you have to make your own, and you make your own plan ultimately towards the success like that. So okay, so like a lot of interesting discussion we had. So apart from me, anybody else want to ask the question? It's a welcome like that. So we can also have some more, some at least 2 or 3 questions to get understanding about the process. और किसी को पूछना है?
Oh, ma'am.
Yes.
Yeah, like, how was the experience of history as an optional from your side? Like,
Experience was quite good while preparing, but I think that affect while writing the answers again, you have a lot of competition. So your answers should be very distinct and different, so that you get good score in history. So history that way was good, that my interest was there. I could sufficiently read it, I could sufficiently understand it. Sir's guidance was really very important for me. So but what I would suggest to you, try to think out of box while writing the answer as much as possible, because as I said, the competition in the history itself is bigger than the competition in the mathematics. So there you have to be different. At the same time, there is so much of resource material available on history, so that also changes the ball game, because if there are only 2 to 3 books, then only then maybe you can change the course. But when there is a whole lot of material available, it becomes very difficult to form different answers. So accordingly, I will advise, please try to think out of box and have interdisciplinary approach in the history as well. I used many drawings, diagrams, while or maps while writing the answers in history. So that might have also changed my score. I mean, improved my scores. And I was not very good in citing the locations in the map. That degraded my score. So form. You should know your positive areas and your weakness, strengths and weaknesses, so that you should be taking more efforts on your weaknesses. So history that way was quite a good for me.
thank you, ma'am.
Even others can unmute their mic and they can ask if you want.
Ma'am,
Yes.
does every IFS officer get chance to work abroad?
Yes. IFS officer, as in foreign service, you're talking about.
Yes.
Yes, they have to work. It's a mix of internal as well as external postings. So first you will get posted as third secretary in the country which you are preferring. Then after that you will have some posting in India, some consulate or some Delhi posting or somewhere in the India. Then again outside, again inside. That's a mix of postings.
Can we
IFS.
choose in which country we want to get posted?
Yes, you should give preferences. That depends on what you get, depends on the rank in the service, on the service rank you have and your preference.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think most of the queries are being sorted out by you today, and we are very thankful or because what happened that it's not like in any particular is interest to like spend your time and like enlighten the new students. It's like it's on your own. She has accepted and enlightened us, and very helpful because otherwise sometimes the years are been lost if the proper guidance is not been given. So I hope that today's guidance will save the years and it will be helpful. It's like a guiding light indeed in the path towards the journey of preparing for the UPSC. So we, on the behalf of all the Lokayan fraternity, I thank Pratha Thakur, IS officer, to come here and enlighten us. And I invite you to come, keep coming regularly, and keep enlightening us in different ways. Like
Thank you so much, sir. It was pleasure talking here. Thank you for the opportunity.
her journey I have seen very closely. So she's most enthusiastic, and now it's like a physical journey. She keeps sharing her reciting, and it's very enlightened to listen to her songs. And so like his journey goes on. That way, like I can say, like right.
Thank you, sir. You
Ma'am.
know it all.
Ma'am,
Ma'am.